this situation didn't happen. After soaking in the water for so long, the bodies of Qin Tian and his team have begun to become a little cold. In order to avoid this situation, Qin Tian and his team piled up the surrounding floating objects together and planned to make a simple raft. After spending half an hour, Qin Tian and the three finally succeeded in making it, but limited by the materials around them, their raft is not too strong, it may fall apart at any time. But it is better than nothing. After so long, they can finally catch their breath. In the next time, Qin Tian and the three people continued following the guidance of the ring, and continued to go deeper, but the building complex was somewhat unimaginable. After nearly an hour, the surrounding environment remained basically unchanged. Manhua House. Calm during the period, Qin Tian wanted to enter the rows of large iron gates several times and take a look, wondering if he could find any useful information. But in the end he suppressed this mood. If he encounters something similar to sharks, it can be completely disastrous. What now? FL Fly. The Mighty One, is this your new trick? Manhua House. Calm. It has nothing to do with me. I'm holding on to it. Don't be dumped. We're going to hit it. Someone. Dissipate. Damn it. Ouch. Manhua House. Calm. Broken ring. The energy in the ring is used up, and of course it is broken. Enemy. When did this person appear? I didn't even notice it. Manhua House. Calm, I didn't make a mistake just now, there are people. Sit down, hurry up, don't waste time, there is not much energy left. Particle reorganization. Manhua House. Calm. What are you doing? Sit. So, what is the situation now? I forget, there are two foreign friends. The language translation system was launched. Can you understand now? Manhua House. Calm. What are you doing in a daze? Get out things like recorders, cameras, etc., and prepare to record. Don't you tell me that you didn't bring anything. It's not that I didn't bring it. But, we don't have anything. Nothing, what do you mean? Manhua House. Calm, we encountered a storm and accidentally lived on this island, and we have lost contact with the outside world. I was able to find it because I got the guidance of the ring. Ugh. Are you okay? If possible, I would like to ask, what is this place? How can we get out from here? Shut up, see for yourself that I am not in the mood to answer your question. This is black and white TV. Hurry up, all personnel evacuated quickly. Calm, remember to save the data. The damn energy is out of control. Although there is real-time recording by Tianyan, it shouldn't be a bad thing to keep more data. Manhua House. Calm. Recording time, New Era 336, Sun 26. Recording location, Baodown No. 2, Wufang Laboratory, Kailan Hall. Recorder, Deputy Director of Wufang Experiment, Yu Xingfeng. The official recording and broadcasting will begin below. Ah, this taste, I thought I couldn't eat it anymore. How did such a big person get into this box? A mature and stable person, a mindless person, is this really the same person? Well, I don't know if the person who saw this record is a future visitor or a past person, but I think you must be curious about what is happening in the laboratory at this time. For what? I hid 2 packs of this snail powder with the gang of sesame seeds on my back. It's not enough for the few of you. I won't eat it, thank you. All this has to start after the Earth reaches the first level of civilization. After the Earth reached the first level of civilization, the resources on the Earth have been exploited to the maximum, but the problem of energy shortage has not been solved yet. 156 years later, as the Earth's science and technology is advancing toward a second-level civilization, the Earth once again encountered an energy crisis. Manhua House. Calm, are you curious that after reaching the first level of civilization, mankind can travel freely in the solar system and explore the resources of nearby planets at will, but why do they still encounter energy crises? I won't mention this for the time being. Anyway, as long as you know, it's because of the lack of energy on the Earth that we opened this laboratory. TM is half talking, it's appetizing. Before explaining the main research projects of the laboratory, let me explain that the island itself is man-made. When the project team was established, it was the 100th anniversary of the Taiwan Islands' return, so it was built near the Paracel Islands in accordance with the outline of Taiwan Island's Treasure Island 2. It turns out that the outline of the desert island is so similar to that of Taidao. I don't know when the new era 336 year mentioned by Yu Jingfeng is. I really hope to see that day with my own eyes. Continue back to the laboratory itself. The main research project of this laboratory is the eternal proposition time of the scientific community. Time, as one of the insurmountable orders in the three-dimensional space, must be fully controlled after reaching a high level of civilization. However, because of the well-known incident, we touched this order in advance. Therefore, thinking of using this as a breakthrough point to solve the problem of today's Earth's energy shortage, we began to study MANHWA. Calm. The following are my suggestions to you. Please feel free to adopt them. Regarding the study of time, I hope that everyone who has obtained this data will try their best to touch them after they are fully prepared and reach at least the third level of civilization. As for the specific reason, I believe you have also seen it. This is the consequence of transgression. MANHWA. Calm. What? Ask me why I didn't let you ban research time but just make suggestions. Is this unclear? Curiosity kills the cat, rebellious psychology. The more I can't tell, the more you want to study, right? If you are really obedient, you'll see a ghost. I'm sorry, I didn't ask this question, you don't need to explain. Such a big secret is placed in front of you, no one can resist. Damn, what time is it now, what the hell are you still doing? Are you not gonna run away? Based on the current calculation results, the entire island will be affected by the turbulence of time. Where can I go now? Can you flash to move the grave? It seems to be such a reason, even if you run away, you will run for nothing. MANHWA. Calm. I feel that these two people are not very normal. Damn it. I almost forgot this. It's weird, how could the password be wrong? Wrong password. The accident in the laboratory was probably not caused by this guy. By the way, what are you doing now? Oh, I wondered, leave some video recordings or something, maybe someone who finds the laboratory in the future can use it. Hey, look. The 2-second goods are still drinking tea. Leave them alone, when did you see them normal? Don't worry, they won't be able to do anything. Cough. Let's continue the topic just now, but before that, let me introduce to you, the boss of our research institute, Professor Zhang Xuelin. Hello everyone, I am honored to be able to meet everyone in this way. The flowers rocket up. MANHWA. Calm. The first and second leaders of the laboratory are all this virtue. How does the laboratory work? By the way, Professor Zhang Xuelin, we mentioned this experimental accident before. I don't know if you can tell us what the laboratory and even the entire Baodao number 2 will face next. According to the calculated results, the energy contained in the Tianheng instrument will explode in a short time, and the resulting long river will cover the entire island. By that time, everything on the deserted island will jump for 200 years in an instant. If you use one word to describe it, it is the vicissitudes of life. In addition, the huge energy of the long river of time will also cause space-time storms, and Baodao 2 will disappear in the gap between time and space. MANHWA. Calm. Wow. Then, if this is the case, wouldn't Baodao number 2 be able to disappear from the world? This is not true. The time gap is extremely unstable. For this reason, Baodao 2 will appear irregularly in different places in different time and space. Just like the cruise ship that disappeared in the Bermuda Triangle will suddenly appear in the Pacific Ocean. Therefore, people who are destined will see this island. And even more destined will even come to this laboratory and see the video we left behind. Then Professor Yang Xuelin, is there really no way to deal with this crisis? For example, use the escape pod to escape from here. As you can see, some of our researchers use particles to condense into a chamber, which is the escape capsule. MANHWA. This escape capsule can escape from the laboratory at a speed of 500 km/h per hour, and will not be affected by inertia. But it is a pity that even this speed cannot escape the range of spacetime storms. MANHWA. In other words, we can only sit and wait for death. Death is not enough, although our body cannot withstand the invasion of 200 years. Professor Zhang Xuelin, you are talking about consciousness uploading technology, right? That's right, as long as we upload our consciousness to the cloud device and live as data, as long as the device is not damaged, let alone 200 years or even 2000 years, we can carry it. Damn it, I almost forgot. Yes, there is this way. Are these two really scientists, surely not cross-talk actors? MANHWA. Lao Zhang, you set up emergency procedures, and I am responsible for the awareness upload. Don't hurry, you're doing it. It's finally right. Password confirmation. Lao Zhang, how does it feel to be born again? MANHWA. A person. A person has changed out of thin air. The whole body is glowing, is he a god? This is the technology of reloading consciousness to the entity after uploading it to the cloud. How many years ahead of the 21st century? My day, don't transfer data, you are silly here. They have nothing, transfer a hammer. They haven't, have we not yet? Ouch, I haven't used my brain for so many years, I will forget it. MANHWA. You said before that you came to bow down number 2 after a storm, right? Yes, and the two of them were in a storm when the entire tribe suddenly disappeared and then appeared on the desert island. Well, this is not surprising. Bow down number 2 is very unstable in the cracks of time and space, and will appear in different time, space, and locations from time to time. Is there any way for you to get us back to the original world? Stop dreaming. There is nothing we can do. However, it doesn't mean that you can't go back at all. MANHWA. Adhesion. In this ring, the data of the entire Wufang laboratory is stored, and this is your key to return to the original time and space. When our project team was established, it was under the entire Homeland Plan, and in the same period, there was a project named Biosphere Number 3 regarding the research content of that project. I think from the name, you should be able to guess something. I remember that in the junior high school biology textbook, there was an introduction called Biosphere Number 2. Biosphere 2 is a miniature artificial ecological cycle system built in the desert north of Tucson, Arizona, in the United States. In order to distinguish it from the Earth itself as Biosphere I, it was named after it. It was initiated by former American football player John Allen and built by Edward P. Buss and others. Its purpose is to understand how the Earth works, and to study the conditions of simulating the ecological environment of the Earth. Simply put, it is to prepare for emigration to other planets. MANHWA. Unfortunately, after being maintained for 2 years, the ecology of Biosphere 2 began to collapse, the oxygen content in the air dropped drastically, the seawater was acidified, plants were desertified, and even the lives of researchers became precarious. So far, Biosphere 2 has declared a failure. At that time, it sounded the alarm for protecting the ecological environment around the world, and it also warned future generations all the time. If I'm not mistaken, this Biosphere 3 should be a continuation or advancement of Biosphere 2. Although the description is not appropriate, it is correct according to your understanding. The Homeland Project was established for the continuity of mankind. All the projects in it are an organic whole. Among them, our Bow Down Number 2 serves the Biosphere Number 3. Are you trying to say that Biosphere 3, like Treasure Island 2, is also in this gap in time and space? Biosphere 3 has the same laboratory as Bow Down 2, and they are responsible for producing research results, while we are responsible for applying research results to practice. It's like we are the origin of raw materials, and the Biosferino. 3 is the factory responsible for the processing and delivery. The raw materials are all out of order. Naturally, there is no escape. Is this guy gloating? Don't listen to him nonsense. The experimental equipment on Biosphere 3 is stronger and more complete than the Baodao 2, and even if it is damaged, it will not be as serious as here. In other words, there is an opportunity to use the data of this accident to reversely calculate the door to the original time and space. As for the way to find Biosphere 3, this ring will guide you. MANHWA. Calm finally see hope. Guidelines for the ring. Don't you two go with us? We thought, but this is impossible. You have also seen that our current body is entirely made up of data, and has been integrated with this laboratory, and there is no way to leave. Are you polite? Two of you give me such precious experimental data, are you afraid that I will use it for personal gain? Although they didn't say anything, I seem to feel a deep mockery. If you have this ability, you can use it for personal gain. As long as you can promote the progress of civilization, everything we have done is worthwhile. MANHWA. Calm. Okay, the data has been handed over to you, leave now, lest you die here. After the accident, the energy stored in the laboratory was almost completely emptied. Zhang and I took a great deal of effort to turn the laboratory into a standby state. It didn't start to operate until you arrived. In about an hour, the energy in the laboratory will be exhausted. When the laboratory collapses, the two of us will also dissipate. 1 hour. Calm, 1 hour is enough. With this rescue capsule, you can leave in less than half a minute. This thing is weird, it's not like a rescue capsule at all. After not lying down, our bodies will be taken away by these two old guys. MANHWA. Calm. Boy, you know too much. When is it now for you to joke around? The kid's disbelief look got me upset. Ha ha ha. But being vigilant is also a good thing to live longer. Let's put it this way, we, who have absolute authority, are the masters of this Kylan pavilion. If we want to be disadvantageous to you, we should do it a long time ago. What little tricks are necessary? It was me who saved the abdomen of a gentleman with the heart of a villain. Is there anything else? Do you two need our help? You can find Biosphere 3 and bring out the data related to the experiment, which is the greatest help to both of us. Compared to this, do you have anything else you want to ask? The question is, can the two of you give some subsidies, such as high-tech guns, for self-defense? It would be even better if we could have another ship that could go on a long journey. Otherwise, it's hard to leave the island with the strength of the three of us. 3 people. Don't tell me, the dozens of signs of life I detected on the Baodao 2 are all apes. It was seen through. Don't think about these things. The things in Wufang's laboratory have fallen apart a long time ago after the accident. The reason why it can still operate now depends entirely on the remaining energy of the laboratory. When the energy is exhausted, everything will turn into dust. In fact, the ring I gave you is the same, but its volume is relatively small, and the energy inside is enough to keep it for 100 years without being damaged. What I also want to tell you is that Baodao No. 2 and Wufang experimental base also need energy T. Not surprisingly, after the Wufang laboratory disappears, Baodao 2 will gradually collapse. According to my calculations, this collapse process will probably last for 2 years and is divided into 3 stages in total. In the early stage, the mist of the swamp will gradually disappear. In the middle stage, the dormant volcano will gradually wake up. When the volcano erupts in the later stage, the entire Baodao No. 2 will be covered by magma until it sinks. Therefore, you have to find a way to build the ship and leave here before the last stage arrives. I see. MANHWA. Calm. The white fog disappeared 4 months ago, and now there is only more than a year left. I have to hurry up. Seniors, we are leaving. Go go go, hurry up, don't delay my meal. Escape channels are generated. Everything's ready. MANHWA. Calm. I hope I didn't find the wrong person. There are no other candidates, but this kid is very polite. Leave it alone, the matter is now, the two of us are doing our best. I really don't understand why you like to eat this thing, it smells like urea in the toilet. You know nothing, This thing is the same as stinky tofu. It smells stinky and tastes good. Humph, let me see in the spirit of science, will this snail powder be as good as you said? It's a pity. Seeing that results are about to come out, I'm a little unwilling to see things like this, Lao Lin. The project is even more confidential, not to mention outsiders, even internal personnel, as long as they are outside the plan, they are unaware, and they don't even have a reputation. Do you still care about this? Historically, there have been more people watering and fertilizing science and technology trees, but there are only a few lucky ones who can pick the fruit in the end. Nonsense, I just regret that I couldn't finish my own work by myself. Calm. It's still the same taste, what are you doing in a daze? How, the taste is superb. Not bad, the base energy is exhausted and is about to be damaged. All personnel, please leave the base immediately. Calm. I don't know, after such a long time, Zheng Hao and Jialin are both married. I'm afraid that the grandson is already married, but unfortunately we won't see it anymore. Lao Lin. I want to take a dump, TM. Hold it. Manhua House. Calm. The escape pod is beginning to decay. The Mighty One. Kata. Ragnar. After you have been down for so long, we thought that something unexpected happened, and we wanted to send someone down to check it out. Hurry up. Everyone gets ashore immediately. What? Manhua House. Calm. You have been down there for so long, what has happened under the sea? I think it's almost over 20 minutes, and I'm about to send someone down to find you. Manhua House. Calm. 20 minutes. Yes, is there any problem? It seems that the flow of time in the Wufang laboratory is not the same as the outside world. The three of us had been in the lab for so long, yet it was no more than 20 minutes here. Let's go, our time now is really running out. This trip to the bottom of the sea, Qin Tian has gained a lot. He not only figured out what kind of existence this desert island is, but also understood their current situation. Manhua House. Calm, the information contained in this is too great. Qin Tian has used most of his brain cells before he finds a suitable explanation and tells other people what he has learned about this business. However, even if Qin Tian said things like man-made islands and spacetime cracks in a simple and easy way, it is still too difficult for the lot of people to understand. At the end of hearing, they only understood one thing, that is, a big ship must be built to leave here within a year, and the rest will be done with the Mighty One. The time to build a large ship within a year was quite urgent. On the second day after returning to the camp, Qin Tian led a group of lot of people and began to collect wood for building the ship. 1,000-year-old pine is sun-dried, and blisters are soaked for thousands of years. You must know that it is not just a tree that can be used to build ships. In ancient times, camphor tree was the best shipbuilding material because of its toughness and resistance to foaming. It would not deform due to being soaked in sea water for a long time, which would cause the whole structure to collapse. There is no camphor wood on the Baodao number 2 and Qin Tian has to retreat to second place. There are large cedar trees under the mountains in the plains, which can be regarded as good wood for shipbuilding. This cedar forest does not know how many years it has grown. The trees are surrounded by several people, which fully meets the requirements for making and adding, saving a lot of time for selection. In just half a month, everyone has collected enough wood, but it needs further processing before the ship is built. Generally speaking, the wood used to build ships needs to be dried in the shade for 4 to 5 years to completely remove the moisture in it. However, Qin Tian and the others don't have that much time, so they can only intervene with external forces, artificial drying. Manhua House. Calm. The Mighty One, aren't we going to dry the wood? What's the matter if we put wood in water and boil it? Before answering your question, let me explain to you that there are two types of moisture in wood. One is absorbing water, which exists between the microfibrils of the cell wall. The other is free water, which exists in the cell cavity and intercellular space, which are quite separated by a wall. Free water. Absorbing water in direct exposure to the sun, the first thing to lose is free water, which will cause local shrinkage and stress, which will cause the wood to crack. MANHWA. Calm. After the wood is cooked in brine, this situation will be relieved and the internal stresses will be reduced. In addition, cooking can also remove the fat in the wood, reduce the density of the wood, and make it difficult to deform. Because of these 2 points, the wood cooked in salt water can greatly reduce the chance of cracking. But even so, the wood cannot be exposed to the sun directly. Sand glass fares calm. Therefore, in the next time, we have to build a warehouse with sand glass roof. Sand glass. It is the glass that has been polished with sand and stone and has a low surface permeability. Using this kind of glass can soften the incoming sunlight and further reduce the chance of cracking. It turned out to be like this. I didn't expect that there are so many elegant pieces of wood just for drying. Yes, even with these methods, the wood must be left to dry for at least 1 month. During this time, we have to complete the 2 tasks of planting wheat and digging the dock. The rose flower, called the queen of the flower, is also known as yuyuhong. It is an evergreen and semi-evergreen low shrub. It blooms in all seasons. Its flowers can extract flavors and can be used as medicine. MANHWA. Calm. Although it's the flowering season, it's really lucky to find the rose so easily. The mighty one. Look. It's beautiful, but we should go back. You picked so many flowers, are they for Ellen and Jessica? This is a good idea, you can consider calm. The mighty one is back. See the mighty one. Let's take a break, everyone. No way, all I did during this time was physical work, but I was exhausted. This is the same for everyone. The mighty one, what are you doing here? This should be preparing the acid-base indicator. Acid-base indicator. Things in nature are divided into 2 attributes. Acid and alkali, and land is no exception. The anthocyanins in the petals of rose flowers will show different colors when they encounter acids and alkalis. Using this, we can make indicators for detecting soil acidity and alkalinity. MANHWA. Calm. Wow, look. The color of the petals is beginning to fade. Calm. By heating, alcohol can extract anthocyanins from rose flowers, and when the color of the petals has completely faded, the acid-base indicator is complete. Filter the soil with clean water to get filtrate. Pour the acid-base indicator into the filtrate and shake the vessel. It's amazing, it's green. What does this change mean? This means that the land we are reclaiming is alkaline. Alkaline. Soils with different attributes have different plants that can grow. MANHWA. Calm. For example, the wheat we are going to plant this time prefers slightly alkaline soil. If it is planted in an overly acid or overly alkaline soil, its growth will be inhibited or even unable to grow. Then, our hard work will be wasted. This is not true. The soil is alkaline, but it does not mean that it is impossible to grow small wheat on it. We only need to appropriately change the acid-base properties of the soil. Change acid-base properties. Yes, the easiest way is to sprinkle the right amount of sulfur into the soil. Sulfur becomes acidic, and when it is mixed with alkaline soil, a neutralization reaction will occur, turning the soil into a slightly alkaline environment suitable for wheat growth. Finally done, now we can grow wheat. Not yet. The acid-base changes of the soil will take some time to transition, and the wheat also needs to be dried and awakened from the dormant period before sowing. Therefore, we can start planting at least 3 days later. It is really rare that Aruba would have such a time take the initiative to work. I guess I want to eat dumplings again. After all, there is no extra wheat to make flour. Sure enough, it was Aruba. MANHWA. Calm. I don't know how much wheat can be grown on this 100 acres of arable land. The yield of wheat per mu is about 800 caddies, but that is an improved wheat seed. The yield of these wheat from the Viking pirates will be much less, at most only half of the yield. In this case, there will be 40,000 caddies of wheat in a year, which is enough for the camp's food needs for a year. As Qin Tian said, before planting wheat, the seeds need to be awakened from sleep. As a result, on the second day after processing the cultivated land, everyone in the camp was drying wheat seeds. The wheat had to be dried for at least 2 or 3 days. During this time, Qin Tian and the others did not wait like that. Instead, they came to the beach and set about building the dock for the ship. Manhua house. Calm. 3 days soon passed. After that, everyone spent day immersing the dried wheat in water. After the wheat seeds have absorbed enough water, they should be picked up and stacked in a cool place. After drying and soaking the wheat had already woken up from dormancy, so early the next morning, Qin Tian and his party went down to the ground and started planting wheat. 100 acres of land, 10 football fields, how big the workload is, you can imagine. Generally speaking, it is hard to be done in one day. But if it didn't work, it had to be done. The entire Lada tribe was dispatched, and they were busy until 9 o'clock in the evening, when they had planted all the wheat. Manhua house. Calm. There is no alternative to this. After all, 1 year is too short and can only be used at full power. Know that everyone is very tired, but please persevere. Everyone knows that we are currently facing difficulties, so in the next period of time, everyone will have their own tasks. The first is Alex. In the next time, you will need to use the existing lathe to process the parts for the next level of lathe. In this way, lathes that can process large-scale wood are gradually being made. As for the design drawings, I will give you later. A cloud merge. Calm. Then there is Jessica, you are in charge of transporting the wood. I see, you want to take the sea route. Yes, although the land transportation route is short, it has to go through various terrains, not to mention that the pallet truck is extremely difficult to walk, and the transportation also requires a lot of manpower. But it's completely different with sea transportation. You only need to transport the logs onto the ship, and the rest can be transported by wind, not much faster than land transportation. Manhua house. Calm. From the plain to the sea, there is still a short stretch of swamp to go, so for safety, Pakuma Pohama, the two of you are in charge of the escort. Finally, Ellen, you are the big logistics, irrigating the cultivated land, providing food for the tribe, and looking after the livestock, all of which are left to you. Similarly, for safety reasons, Nick is responsible for guarding the camp. As for those who have not been ordered, I have arranged you to various task groups. I will post the list later. After you have confirmed your tasks, you can go back to rest. After knowing their tasks, everyone became busier and busier. Strike the iron. Calm. Move the bricks. Arrange goods. Even Abby Elu is not idle. Calm. Under Ellen's leadership, they are responsible for stepping on water wheels to irrigate the cultivated land. Elder, why are you here? Manhua house. Calm. The wild boars and bamboo chickens in the camp have been fed, and they are now being looked after by Makra. The three of us have nothing to do, so we will come over to see if we can help you. Then, elders, please take a short rest. Our work will be completed soon. The three of them are already old, so they are obviously not suitable for this heavy work. In fact, we all know very well that whether it's an envoy or a witch, you are taking care of us everywhere, and deliberately handing over the easiest task to us. But looking at everyone being busy, we were excluded. It was really boring to spend all day leisurely. Yes, although we can't do heavy physical work, we can still do it by stepping on a water wheel or something. This. Okay, I think Abby Elu and the others are also tired. Elder, please help tread the water wheel. Please rest assured, mighty mistress, we must complete the task. Let's go. It seems to be easier than imagined. We will work harder and try to finish it before the afternoon. Is this really an old man over 100 years old? I heard from my father that the elders were also one of the most powerful warriors in the tribe when they were young. It turns out that the elders are so great. Dawn, listen to the crowing of the golden rooster. At night, the night sky is full of stars. Everyone. Have a supper. In the scorching sun, sailing against the sea. There is no wind at all on the sea, so I can only paddle manually, hoping to reach the beach before the sun goes down. Busy, time passed by little by little. I don't know when, Chin Tian and the others built a warehouse next to the dock. I don't know when, Alex completed the upgrade of the lathe. A cloud merg. I don't know when, Jessica and the others transported all the wood from the plane to the beach, and then they also joined the work of building ships. 10. When everyone came back to their senses, it was summer. Come eat popsicles, everyone. It's hot, I don't want to move at all. If you take off your pants, it should be cooler. Aruba. You. I'm sorry, it's too hot, subconsciously urge. It was really hot lately, even if the fan was blowing, the sweat couldn't stop venting out. Although avoiding the hottest period of noon, the summer sun is really venomous. Even if mud is smeared on their bodies, many people of the tribe still get sunburned. Moreover, the clothes of the people of the tribe are all made of animal skins, not to mention heavy and airtight. It seems that it is time to complete the goal a year ago. The goal a year ago. Isn't this the holistic picture of Bao Dao 2? But it looks a bit different from the previous one, and it seems to be a lot more detailed. Because this is an upgraded version. I only discovered it recently. In the new map, it is possible to view the names of vegetation existing on the deserted island. So, I found this in this place. This is Raimi. It should be nearby. Look for it carefully. Found it. Raimi, Urticaceae, are subshrubs or shrubs, one of the important fiber crops. Its leaf protein content is high and it is a nutrient-rich feed. Its roots contain the medicinal ingredients of mansic acid, which can nourish treatment of sores, etc. Hemp bone can be used as a raw material for paper making, or to make fiberboard for various purposes such as furniture and board walls. That's it. This is it. Everyone work hard, try to harvest all the hemps before the sun goes down. 3 days later the clothes made of hemps are really cool. Although Raimi is not a food crop in Chinese history, it is the same as wheat and rice and other food crops, occupying a very important historical position. Don't think about being sloppy or lazy. Go and help. There is no other reason, only because Raimi can be made into linen, which is related to the dressing of the 4 items of human social life. Chin Tian found so much Raimi just to make new clothes for the tribesmen. Compared with cotton, hemp has poor heat retention and excellent air permeability. In this hot summer, linen is undoubtedly an excellent choice for making clothes. It's just that making Raimi into fabric is not a simple matter. The first step is to peel off the hemp tendons from the green skin on the hemp pole. Then it is dried, and then the hemp tendons are twisted into fiber strips with hands and tied into yarn balls. Then thread the yarn tufts one by one on the bamboo shelf, brush the rice milk evenly, so that the rough yarn becomes smooth. After that, use the same button as the comb to smooth the yarn. Then, you can spin on the machine. The host makes a spinning wheel and rewards 1,000 points as expected of Alex. The textile machine was finished so quickly. Weaving cloth is easier than imagined. It's true that it is handed over to Yilin, as soon as you get started. This can be regarded as an ancestral gene at work. It's amazing, the yarns are intertwined bit by bit. A cloud. Wow. Is this the cloth material? Good weight and light. The clothes made of this must be very comfortable to wear on your body. They look beautiful, but at the current speed, it will take a lot of time to produce enough fabric for everyone to make clothes. This task is left to you, practice makes perfect, and the fabric output speed in the later period should be improved a lot. It's a pity that we don't have dyes, otherwise we can make beautiful clothes in various colors. It really is. Women's obsession with clothes really knows no borders. For dyes, actually there is. Right there. What is this? Malin leaves, the raw material for making banlang roots, are also natural indigo dyes. But how can this water be green? If you want to get indigo dye, you don't need to soak it in water. Generally speaking, it is necessary to soak melon leaves in water for 7 days. After extracting the phyllocyanin, add lime and stir to turn blue. This Elu knows, the Mighty One said before that Philin will turn blue when it encounters alkali, right? Elu learns very seriously, and that's the reason. After the water in the dyeing vat turns blue, let it sit for a while, and the resulting sediment is the indigo that can be used for soaking in water. So these are also used to make dyes. When I first went to Raimi Forest, I thought about the dye problem, but because of the tight time, I just collected some nearby while on the way. After cooking, you can get the red dye, soak the clothes in it, then pick it up, put it in the Nao solution to fix the color, repeat this 7 or 8 times, even if the fabric is dyed successfully. Comfrey needs to be soaked in alcohol for 24 hours, after which the purple dye can be obtained, which is also fixed with Nao. Gardenia flowers and fruits, mashed directly, soaked in water for 3 hours, you can get yellow dye, fix the color with salt water. Great, there are 4 dyes. No, I think, we already have dyes in all colors. MANHWA. Calm indeed, as the 3 primary colors of red, yellow and blue, as long as they are blended in a certain proportion, you can get any color you want. Although the task of building a ship is very urgent, the so-called sharpening of a knife does not mistakenly cut wood. Under the scorching summer sun, breathable linen is extremely important. It not only prevents everyone from getting sunburned while working, but also reduces the intrusion of intense heat and improves work efficiency. Qin Tian, your body is awesome. Really, oh, okay. Moreover, these days of continuous high-intensity work, the physical fitness of lot of people is stronger than that of ordinary people, and it is a little too much to bear. I'll go see how Ellen's design is. Now it's a proper relaxation to switch to light work. However, it is worth mentioning that Ellen enjoys it in terms of making clothes. This style is good, this one seems to be good too. MANHWA. A week later TaylorMade is good and fits perfectly. Qin Tian, is your replacement ready? Come out and show it to me. A cloud. Not bad. Wow. Ellen. You're so beautiful. Age. Yu. What did you say suddenly? Ouch, there is still thread here that needs to be cut off. It should be wider here to make it easier to move around. With the existing conditions, it is already amazing to be able to make such good clothes by hand. Ellen, is my chest tight here? How is it, does it look good? Vicua emerge. Calm. I said that Sister Jessica's figure is the most suitable for wearing a cheongsam, it looks so good. Aha. You go out first, this is the topic of our girls. Ellen, you said you put on silk stockings, would Qin Tian like it more? What do you think Pakuma? Does it look good? So optimistic. The Mighty One. The Mighty One. Nick, Elu, what's the matter, are the new clothes still suitable? Appropriate. The Mighty One, these linen clothes are so cool. I really like it. Yes, as long as you are happy. MANHWA. Calm. Everyone is active, and if there is something inappropriate, you can also modify and adjust it. The Mighty Mistress. Wow, Elu, you look cute in this dress. Sister Ellen, you are so beautiful too. Pohama, you look so cool. The Mighty Mistress, you are like a beautiful goddess. Nick, is it really you? What a little JK lowly. For food, clothing, housing and transportation, now there is only going left. The clothes issue came to an end. In the days to come, Qin Tian and the others continued to build sailing ships as planned. Yi Lin is responsible for leading the team to collect the food needed for the voyage. Nick, pay attention to safety. MANHWA. Everyone performs their duties, and the progress is proceeding in an orderly manner. During this time, half a year passed soon. Eyes them. Are they here to find the Mighty One? I'm going to open the door, you go call the Mighty One. Qin Tian, do you hear anything? I seem to hear the cry of white eyes. It's not like, it's just the sound of rolling eyes. Mayor change clothes soon, warehouse should have happened. What happened? Is there a night attack by a beast? Manhua house. Calm the Mighty One, it is a pack of white-eyed wolves. Shan Bai, what are you talking about? It's shaking, it's very hot. Vibration. Very hot. See. Could it be that? Patriarch, you, Viru, and Aruba immediately lead the elderly and children in the tribe to bring torches and drive to the beach. Kata, you and Pakuma siblings and sisters lead some people to the kitchen to get as much food and water as possible. For the rest, go and get enough towels and blankets right away. The volcano is about to erupt, hurry up, everyone. The Mighty One, we are here. Fortunately, I did not expect that the catamaran built for the Transwave Peninsula could be used at this time. Merge. Calm. Yu Zhengfeng said that the dormant volcano would wake up in the second stage, but he didn't say the specific situation and didn't know how powerful the eruption was. However, we are staying at sea now, so we don't have to worry about the magma. Here we go. Manhua house. Calm. Everyone, cover your mouth and nose with a wet woolen towel. The spirit of the earth is angry. It's over, it's over. It's dying. Shut up. Are you all right, Kiki? It's okay. Is everyone okay? It's okay on our side. It's the same on our side. Even here is affected by volcanic ash, and it is estimated that the entire island has been covered with a thick layer of dust. The desert island won't be swallowed up by magma, right? It should not be that the scale of this volcanic eruption is not too large. In any case, we only have half a year left, and we have to hurry up and finish. A cloud mare. Yawn. Has the volcano erupted stopped? It seems so. The temperature of the molten slurry is between 700°C and 1200°C. Even the lowest temperature is enough to ignite the trees. There is no fire in the forest, and the camp should be safe. Manhua house. Calm. Go, back to the camp. Ahem. We're back. Great. The camp is still there. After spending a night on the boat, all the tribesmen were exhausted, but they did not return to their rooms to rest, but all gathered in the kitchen. The reason is that they were gathered together because they were worried that the volcano would erupt again, and they were also looking for that insignificant sense of security. In order to dispel the worries of the tribe, and to reassure themselves, Qin Tian and Kata decided to go to the plains to find out. Before setting off, Qin Tian also thought that he might be blocked by molten lava on the way, but in fact, the power of this volcano explosion was much smaller than he expected. Although the volcanic ash spread to the entire island, the magma infested less than 1/3 of the plain, and they came to the plain smoothly. The crater no longer flows out of magma. It looks the same as Yu Zhengfeng said, the second eruption of the volcano should be half a year later. Having determined the time for the next volcano eruption, Qin Tian and the others finally relaxed and continued to build the ship. It is worth mentioning that because the plain was invaded by magma, the White Eyes without hunting ground moved the ethnic group to the forest near the camp. Because of being close, Bai Yan will often lead the ethnic group to the camp to stroll around, help a little bit and eat casually. Manhua house. Calm. Half a year later, unconsciously, it has been 2 years since I came to the desert island. It seems that everyone wakes up very early. Everyone is a little impatient. After all, it's New Year. Unexpectedly, the construction of the ship was completed 2 months earlier than expected, but it is also because of this that it is now so comfortable to prepare for the new year. Goo. Calm. Hey, don't you think this is against the peace? I think it's so cute. Looks very much like a gentleman. It will be warmer. MANHWA. Calm. He looks very happy when he rolls his eyes. Sorry brother, I can't save you. Set off. It's getting dark, everyone hurry up to prepare for the dinner. Crooked, a little bit to the left. There are too many people, it's a bit hard to control. So, what is the point of so many people lighting this firework? Didn't the Mighty One say that the fireworks are only interesting when they are set off? MANHWA. Calm. Calm. If this continues, my hands will be useless. By the way, it doesn't seem to have a name yet. Do you have any good ideas? Are you a wake raptor or Jiaolong? It feels a bit ordinary. MANHWA. Calm. Dawn is coming. What do you think about the name Dawn? According to tradition, people did not work for a few days after the new year, and Qin Tian and others also followed this custom. Qin Tian and the others did not continue to be busy anymore, instead they let go of the girls and strolled around the Baodao number 2 they had lived in for 2 years but they had never seen, enjoying a rare leisure time. MANHWA. Calm. In fact, they wanted to be busy but not too busy. After 2 years of hard work, all preparations have been made and there is nothing to worry about. The rest of the time, just wait for a suitable weather for sailing. If you have to say it, there is only one thing to do, and that is to convey to the White-Eye Wolf the thing that the deserted island is about to collapse. In this regard, the White-Eye Wolf did not have any doubts, and accepted Qin Tian's invitation, and decided to leave here with the ethnic group on the dawn. People are probably getting used to being busy. After a few days of leisure, Qin Tian, they are really a little empty, and they are starting to look for trouble. Everyone look for it carefully, it doesn't matter whether it's gold or diamonds. The point is to buy gold, even just a little bit. As long as there is platinum, the sailing road will not be afraid of any danger. Although it is not important, but there is something to do at least to give them a certain degree of fulfillment unexpectedly. The output of wheat is so low, only 30,000 caddies in total, which is 30. Less than expected. This is enough, plus other fruits, vegetables and meat, in the next year we will all merge. Waiting like this, soon it's time to set sail. The night sky is shining with stars, and there are only a few wisps of clouds. Tomorrow should be a bright and windy day. What are you looking at? Nothing to do, look at the information about Baodao number 2. Are there any gains? I don't know if it counts. This is experiment log. Yes, this is the conjecture left by Yu Jingfeng and Yang Xuelin about the cracks in time and space before uploading their consciousness. Guess one opposite sex repels each other because the magnetic field of Baodao 2 is inconsistent with the magnetic field of the spacetime cracks. They will collide with each other and cause zenith. This phenomenon will change with time and the earthquake period. When it reaches its peak, Baodao number 2 will be kicked out of the cracks in time and space and appear randomly at any place in time and space, but this is only temporary. Guess 2. Same-sex attraction. The opposite sex is only relative. When Baodao 2 is kicked out of the spacetime crack, its magnetic field will collide with the magnetic field of the current time and space more violently, forming storms and spacetime thunderclouds, and Baodao 2 will soon be owned similarly. The spacetime crack of electromagnetic wavelength pulls back during this process, if any creature approaches. It will be taken into the crack of time and space together with Baodao number 2. It seems that before we came here, the storm we encountered was the so-called spacetime thundercloud. Also, as to the reason why my injury has recovered so quickly that it is beyond common sense, here is also the answer. MANHWA. Guess 7. The energy generated by the magnetic field magnetic therapy may invisibly have a different effect on all the creatures on the bow down number 2. The degree of impact, according to my guess. It should appear, but not limited to the following kinds of changes. 1. Habits and personality will change, such as day and night emergence. 2. Body shape will break through the original limit and will become stronger. 3. The recovery speed of cells is several times that of normal conditions. It seems that the coconut crabs you encountered before have changed their habits because of this. There are also sand sculptures and 11, after all, their size has exceeded the limit of the golden eagle species. In this way, many problems are clear. The physical fitness of the Lada people is stronger than that of ordinary people, as they should have been affected severely. However, I am curious about whether these buffs still exist after leaving the island. This can only be known after we leave. Chin Tian, I've notified the news of tomorrow's departure. However, the clansmen did not have the excitement as expected, but rather looked a little melancholy. Look, I'll just say Nick is here. Suddenly I feel a little bit reluctant. I obviously wanted to leave here before. Probably many people have this idea, right? It's time to say goodbye. Kata, what's the matter with you? Your eyes are red and you are in the sand. Manhua house. ACI. Let's sail. Let's sail. Yo hey. Calm. It's been 2 years, from waiting for rescue to self-reliance. Now when leaving the deserted island for real, I suddenly feel a little bit reluctant. Now I say it's too early to leave, but we still have the last level to pass. The Mighty One will definitely protect us. Don't worry Admirs, everyone get ready to entertain our friends who are about to come home. A cloud. Okay, put it in. Is this really okay? It won't be exploded before the sea monsters are attracted. Don't worry, I added enough leads to the bomb, it won't explode so quickly. A cloudra. The food is ready, just waiting for the guests to come. What if the customer doesn't like it? When the boat reaches the bridge head, it is naturally straight. If this trick is not good, I have other ways. Pakuma P, the vigilance work is handed over to you too. Don't worry, the Mighty One. It seems nothing unusual. Calm. Unexpectedly, Sister Jessica, your sailing skills are so good. This is probably thanks to my father. He likes sea fishing very much. I'd gone out to the sea with him since I was 9 years old. This is the simple and unpretentious life of the rich. When I was 9 years old, I was still shooting birds with a slingshot. The Mighty One, the place you said is here. Manhua house. Calm. This scene reminded me of the day when the shipwreck happened. This is time and space, thundercloud. Only by breaking through here can we truly leave bow down number 2. Everyone returned to their posts, and we rushed over. The Mighty One. Leviathan is here. No wonder Samonson's fleet is so vulnerable. Judging from their size, the kind of clippers is not enough for it. And it is very smart to choose to appear when we are most tired of coping. Such a huge creature is simply the spirit of the ocean. Don't hit, don't hit. Therefore, we must not let it come near. Everyone pays attention and pulls the trigger as soon as it hits the bait. Manhua house. Calm. Mosasaurus. Appeared in the late Cretaceous, with a huge head, strong jaws and sharp teeth, similar in appearance to a crocodile with flippers. The body length can reach 17 meters. It is the largest top predator in the Mesozoic ocean.